A war between Pakistan and Iran has been avoided after the two states restored their diplomatic ties. This comes after Pakistan conducted a retaliatory airstrike against an armed Baluch insurgent group based inside Iranian borders, a day after Iran targeted Jaish al-Adl, an armed group in Pakistan's Baluchistan province, in a strike that ended up killing 2 children and injuring others.
It was a dual message to Iran that if you think Pakistani sovereignty is not sacrosanct, then we can reply in kind. We have the capabilities, and this cannot become a norm.
Pakistan isn't the only country targeted by a recent round of Iranian strikes. Tehran conducted airstrikes in northern Iraq that killed 4 civilians, claiming it was targeting an Israeli spy hub near the US consulate in Erbil. The Kurdish regional government rejected this claim, and the Iraqi government deemed the strikes a violation of international law. Tehran also conducted a drone strike in Syria, claiming to have struck a Daesh target.
I think they were primarily face-saving measures that the Iranians undertook after the United States hit at Iranian proxy groups across the region, including but not limited to the Houthis.
Iran's influence in the Middle East is helped by its military and financial involvement in surrounding conflicts. Iran has been an active player in Iraq since the fall of Iraqi President Saddam Hussein in 2003. It has armed various groups and supported pro-Iranian elements in Iraq's civil war. Since the war on Daesh began, Tehran has helped prop up groups within Iraq to consolidate its geostrategic influence within the state. But many in Iraq accuse Iran of fomenting sectarian violence in the country.
اليوم جينا هذه كربلاء الشباب متفضين المقابر القنصلية الإيرانية على مود ينزلون العلم الإيراني ويرفعون العلم العراقي.
But for Iran, Iraq remains key in consolidating its influence in the region.
إيران ما راح تتنازل عن العراق، أولاً لأن العراقي إنه يربطه في سوريا ومن إلى لبنان، هذا خط ما ممكن تتنازل عنه.
In Syria, Iran enjoys the patronage of the country's regime leader, Bashar al-Assad. Tehran's armed forces, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, have since 2011 been supporting Assad's war against the opposition groups, which has killed 162,390 Syrians and displaced at least 14 million people. And Iran's involvement in Syria doesn't stop with its own military forces. It has also been arming and supporting militias that have bolstered Assad's war on the opposition. Groups like Lebanon's Hezbollah, which reportedly sent 7,000 militants to back Assad. Iran effectively controls Hezbollah in Lebanon, where the group operates as both a sectarian Shia political party and an armed militant group. Iran provides Hezbollah with most of its training, weapons, and funding, sending the group hundreds of millions of dollars each year. It has been accused of mismanagement, corruption, and fomenting sectarian violence in Lebanon, and a UN tribunal found a Hezbollah affiliate guilty of killing the country's former Prime Minister, Royyaroviy, in 2005.
لو كنت الأول في السلطة ما رح تقدر تحقق نتائج طالما أنه حزب الله هو يدير البلد ويمسك البلد.
Iranian influence in the Middle East has recently come into question amid Tel Aviv's ongoing war on Palestine's Gaza, as it has not directly confronted Israel, even though Tel Aviv has hit Iranian targets in Syria's capital, Damascus, while the Iran-aligned Houthis have been able to obstruct maritime traffic through the Red Sea. Iran's airstrikes in Iraq, Syria, and Pakistan are seen as attempts to reassert its influence in the Middle East, as Tehran avoids opening major new fronts against Israel while maintaining a triumphalist tone among its people.
Israel has been trying to provoke it. It has tried to provoke Hezbollah. It has tried to provoke, not that much, but there have been airstrikes in Syria. And other than the Houthis, the Iranian proxies in Iran, they have not really challenged Israel.
The longer Israel's offensive in Gaza continues, the likelier it is that Iranian provocations in the region will persist and possibly lead to further escalation.